Everyone, welcome back to the greatest episode of Orange Peelers to date.
Is it?
It was a joyous weekend for some,
sort of.
and a sad weekend for all, Zane.
Sort of.
How you going?
Okay, I've calmed down a bit now. There was a bit of incidents that happened.
Bit emotional
at a
on
court.
Saturday
It
night.
wasn't anything to do with the game. I don't really want to talk about what happened on camera,
Yeah.
but there was a bit of a fiery situation that was going on at the game, and I was very fired up.
Zane, I can confirm Zane was he was in tears after the game.
Well,
Just
close,
crying.
close. I haven't cried.
Not about the
The
game.
last time I cried was the 2013 preliminary final.
Yeah.
Because we were favourites to win that whole season in that game.
Yeah.
Everyone was like backing us and we blew it that game. And I was just devastated.
Last time I cried
And I was
over...
8, but you know.
You were 8?
Yeah.
I reckon the last time I cried over like rugby league in general would have been yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last time I nearly cried after that prelim was the 2020 prelim. I nearly cried.
Yeah, fair. Didn't cry after the grand final?
Nah.
Not nearly?
No, I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Better like next year. That's
I
what I
guess
was
you
like
weren't
after.
favourites.
I think I've got footage of after that game,
Yeah.
unless I deleted it, but I do have.
You're
Yeah.
just like, man, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
But yeah, it was...
Sad day for you yesterday.
Yeah, well, we'll circle back to that. We'll
The
talk about that
weekend
when
was
we
a
talk
high,
about the game.
then you start the week on a low.
Yeah, I
as the dogs
reckon.
so often do, don't they?
Yeah, no, usually it's low, and then we build up into the game, the positivity returns, and then we just come crumbling back down.
Exactly.
And it's just the same again. No, but I just want to ask, Dane, what's the punishment?
I don't know. Have to wait and see.
We haven't decided on a punishment,
We've read your comments though.
but we've read the comments. The tattoo one we're not doing that
No
one.
way
we
is
can,
that happening.
We can rule a couple out. Actually, I'm going to get them up. Let's do a
The
live
tattoo
reaction
is
to
not- that's
let's
way
do a
too
live
far.
reaction to some of the suggestions, because there was some doozies. Obviously, you said last week the world's hottest gummy bear.
Yes, we got to. If we're doing that, we got to find it because the store that I saw it at doesn't have them anymore. So I'm sure there'll be some other place in Wollongong that.
And you'd
has
be able to
them.
get them online if we had to.
Exactly.
But there was plenty of comments. I'm just trying to find the comments. Give me 1 second. It's not showing the comments on my laptop. Hang on. I will be editing this
Awkward silence here. I'm sorry. We got to keep talking. We're just looking for.
All right. So here we go. So somebody said they like the gummy bear idea. Hot chip challenge. Do you know what the hot chip challenge is?
Yeah, it's just like a real hot chip.
Yeah, it's
Similar
like the
to
world's
gummy
hottest
bear.
chip. Yep. This one was my favorite comment. Punishment. Go for the Bulldogs.
I reckon a bulldog could. Yeah, I just read that one. I reckon a bulldog could.
Bite a rabbit's ear off.
I don't know if he's talking about punishment there, but
Maybe he's saying that you have to eat a rabbit's ear.
geez.
And then, as I said, we're not doing the tattoo one, but it was the loser should get a tattoo of the other person's choice.
I don't know what I'd give you.
It's just a rabbit's logo.
Probably like Jason Demetriou's head.
I mean, we don't have to talk about it
head or
because the
something.
Bulldogs won, mate.
Yeah, they did.
And then just the other one was one chip challenge. So I think people are keen to see us do like some sort of food-based, hot
gosh.
food. Something. Maybe like you eat a chili or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe we like go and buy some chili sauce and put it on something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I reckon the gummy bear though is the.
If we can track one
we,
down.
there will be one somewhere. I know
You
for a
buy them
fact.
online.
Yeah, but still.
Or like you reckon you know a shop you can get them at?
I know the servo used to have them.
Yeah.
But there'd definitely be a place in Wollongong that sells them.
Yeah, right.
Like Coles or something.
You reckon? All
Yeah.
right. Well, let's lock that in then. You want to lock that
I'll
in?
go on an investigation. And
World's
find
hottest
it.
gummy
Or should
bear?
I go? Should I go look for it? Or should
Right
I keep
now?
holding it off? No, not now.
No, yeah, go. We want to do it like as soon as possible.
Yeah. So maybe next week.
I was gonna say we could do it on like toss it on social media, but we won't see each other until next week
Yeah.
anyway.
All
right, yeah.
Could
Next
do it
week,
at Origin.
next
in
week's
the crowd.
podcast.
Should we? In Origin. Like
Yeah,
at a
or
call.
at Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Or is that going to be just.
I mean, yeah, we'll
too
probably
far?
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this drops.
Could get an audience
This
to
drops
come.
Thursday morning after Origin. So if you haven't already seen it, be posted like I guess Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It'll be on the podcast next week
Okay.
at the latest.
Okay. So get the buckets, get the water, get the milk prepared.
Yeah. Oh, I was literally thinking about it. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
need
Zane's
a
going to
lot.
eat something hot. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get him a Coke. I'm going to go get him some water. I'm going to get him some
Coke-
milk.
Coke would
Just
work,
have like
yeah.
3 options because I don't want you to die.
Oh, yeah.
I need my podcast co-host into the future. We're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to hurt you really badly.
And special guest that we roomed a couple of weeks ago.
We've got a special guest.
We do.
We've got a special guest. That's all I'm going to say. There, we'll be doing an Origin series review.
Yeah.
I mean,
possibly next week.
We're planning on making it happen. So at this stage, that'll still happen. Stay tuned. Let's get into some rugby league, Zane.
Yes.
Let's get into it. The week started off with the Sharks and the Tigers.
And I literally, if it wasn't for Katoa, would have predicted this scoreline spot on.
Well, yeah.
I said Sharks would win 32-12, and I'm like, I've done it. I've got it.
Yeah.
And score in the corner, which I don't think was a try. Shouldn't have been awarded, in my opinion. But Sharks 36, Tigers 12.
Yeah, I remember because I was like, shout out to Mark Zuckerberg, who's just launched Threads.
Yes.
And yeah, I jumped onto Threads and it was like a guess the score sort of thing. And I saw yours. I was like, has Zane said that after the game? Because I'm pretty sure that is what the score was.
Yeah.
And then you're off by 4 points. Yeah, and I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I didn't think I'd get close, especially in the first half. And the Tigers were really into this game, weren't they?
It was 12-all. And I know they scored one right at the end of the half, but they were in it, hey.
Yeah, they were in this game.
They were up for
and
it.
The Sharks I don't think they were that good. Do you think?
I mean, the second half, they played perfectly.
Yeah, they were okay the second half, but I thought they were overall.
They couldn't have really done much more.
They're pretty
in the
average
half.
in this game, I thought.
Yeah, it's another week of looking at the Sharks and going, congrats, you beat a bottom 8 team.
Yeah.
Now do it against the top 8.
Exactly.
It's like, we know they can do
Who
this.
play this week?
Warriors in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be
this is the
show where
test.
both these sides are at actually.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the Sharks at the moment. We'll get to the Wires soon.
Like, if they lose to the Warriors, I know it's in New Zealand. I know Warriors are like a top 8 side, but like the question is just going to get louder and louder.
Exactly.
Like, when are they going to beat a top 8 side?
How are they going to go in finals?
Yeah.
Are they going to go out in straight sets again, or even in the first week? Because we don't know if they're going to make top 4.
Yeah, they
yet.
might not be top. I think they're in the top 4 at the moment, but like,
They are. They're second.
if they
I
keep
think,
losing the
second or
top
third.
8 sides.
Yeah, they don't deserve to be.
I remember the Sharks did that one year. There was a couple of years ago where they didn't beat a top 8 side the entire season.
Oh, it was
but they
2020.
They beat every bottom 8 side, so they came in 8th.
Yeah.
And like, is that going to happen again?
Possibly.
Like,
I don't think
there's 8
they
weeks
finish
left.
8th, but I don't think they make top 4. I reckon they're not finish 5th or 6th.
If they keep going the way they're going, if they don't beat a top 8 side, they're not making top 4.
Because I did a ladder prediction on NRL.com, and I saw other people do it, and there's a lot, like with how the season's panning out, there's a chance the Sharks could miss the 8.
Really?
Yeah. The way
do have
they've
a little
been
bit
doing their
draw.
predictions, it's like, comes down to the
Nearly
last
right.
round, there's a scenario where it's between the Sharks and the Raiders play each other in round 27.
Oh.
And apparently, however
That's big.
those results go, could come down
big
to that
impacts.
game on whether the Raiders, the Sharks, and the Eels make the 8.
This is their run home, Zane. So they've got top 8 this week. Then Manly, who are just outside the top 8.
Who are capable of beating.
And then a
Cronulla.
top 8 side. And then a top 8 side. And then a team that's just outside of the top 8. And then a team that is probably going to be inside the top 8 come that time.
Which
and
team's
then
that?
Cowboys.
Okay,
I think they'll be top 8 in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then Knights, who are bottom 4. And then, Raiders. So they play 2 teams outside of the 8 in their run home, assuming Cowboys jump in.
Yeah, so
in 5 weeks.
they're not locked in the finals yet.
Like, if
I know
they-
they're in the top 4,
If
but,
they still don't beat top 8 sides,
Exactly.
that's a lot of losses.
but I assume they're going to get at least one win against the top 8 side in that
Surely.
run. Surely,
Even
yeah.
2. Yeah, like,
just to solidify
surely.
that final spot.
Yeah.
But the Tigers, they were better in this game. They defended a lot better. Like, they still conceded 36, obviously, but they really tried. Sean Bloor was outstanding.
It was much better than the
How
week
good
before.
was he?
Sean Bloor, gone.
Loved that having him in my fantasy side.
Isn't he a good? He's so good. He was so. I haven't really noticed him that much, to be honest. Like, I haven't been sitting here all year saying how good Sean Bloor, but how good is he?
Yeah.
He was very good. He was an absolute standout for
was.
sure. I
And
think clubs will be chasing him.
Buller was great as well.
Yeah. I thought, who's the Tommy Talau? I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Was all right.
Who
And-
was that? He the one who had the try taken off him
Yeah, I think
for
so.
the leap? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just...
Well, that might have been. And then
can't stand
Tupou,
those
I
ones.
thought. Junior Tupou. He was all right as well.
Like, they got talent, the Tigers. They just can't execute it right.
Yeah.
Can they?
And, like, their forward pack's just still so good. Oh, you know who else I was impressed with? Talon De Silva. The hooker off the bench.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he goes all right,
Yes,
hey?
He was very quick when he came on, didn't
yeah.
he? Wasn't he?
His name sounds quick as well. Talon De Silva.
De Silva.
That's like, if you've got that name, you've got to be fast. There's
Yeah.
no slow people running around with that name.
Nothing.
He was just showing me my team list Tuesday live reaction.
Yeah.
Then's laughing at my TikToks. But yeah, I think as we said, like, congrats to the Sharks. You got a big win, but that's what we expect you to do. Please do it against the top 8 sides.
Exactly.
Stop being flat track,
Like,
please.
I had you making the grand final earlier in the year. I don't think it's happening anymore, but every year that I've said that, it's not happening. It's happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know with the Sharks. But my multi of the week was in this game.
Yeah,
and it was my mistake. I thought this game was at Shark Park until like 7:30 when.
And you
like,
went Ronaldo because he scores at Shark
until I
Park.
saw the pre-match preview stuff. I'm like, oh, I thought this was at Shark Park. Okay, whoops.
Good thing you didn't want to go to the game and turn up to Shark Park.
I would have like got on a train and be like, oh, got to go to Parramatta or not.
You know, shout out to my parents if they're watching. They did that for the charity match. You know, as at Lidcombe over, they rocked up to Leichhardt.
Oh my gosh, did they?
Like in the middle of Sydney.
I've got stories.
It's like, are you serious?
They
got there in time.
I've got stories from my grandparents.
Yeah.
My pop in particular had my athletics carnival.
Oh no.
He thought it was cross country and he went to Bulli.
Yeah.
And he saw no one was there and we're like, no, it's athletics. We're at Beaton Park.
Oh.
And yes, this was in primary school, but he's done that a few times.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
But like as I said, did he get there in time? Did he miss your races?
Oh no, he didn't.
That's good then.
Yeah.
Be fast.
Yeah.
Was like, did you have to participate back in primary school, or were you
no.
volunteering?
Oh, but most of the time you would participate because it's just like,
you did have a bit of pace in the charity match.
Yeah, I did. I
Down
wish
the
I got more
sideline.
involved. You know, I basically was Latrell Mitchell out there. You know,
Pretty much.
Every time I touched it, something magical happened. Did nothing else for the entire game.
Yeah, that's all that matters is as long as they're there,
They've
they've done their
end.
job, all right. Raiders and Dragons played in Wollongong.
They did. What a weird gap match this was.
It was, yeah.
When you expect the Raiders to just run away with a match, they always just seem to fade off.
They
And
hate winning by more than 1-12, don't they?
This was their biggest win of the year.
Yeah,
10
10
points.
points.
I know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And they should have won this game by about 24. Dragons' first half was hopeless. No passion, no pride.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be there. But the second half, they were better. But Raiders just did enough to hang on.
They put on that late charge. They scored 2 tries in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But as you just said, Raiders did enough to hang on.
Yes.
They got the 2 points.
But
Take
they
the 2
don't-
points and
don't
run.
like winning 13 plus, do
I
they?
hate winning 13 plus.
And that's why their for and against is terrible and could cost them in the long run.
And like,
I'm
think,
pretty confident they will probably make the 8
Yeah.
at this point.
I think they're in the top 4 at the moment.
No,
aren't
they're
they?
5th. They're 5th.
Yeah. Oh, because they must have been in the top 4 before
Yeah,
Bias were in it.
Storm are in there.
Yeah, you're right. But I think I said it last week or the week
I
before.
want to look at their run home, actually.
Yeah, go on.
Raiders.
While I yarn, I said the last week or the week before
yeah.
that like obviously their for and against is bad, but as long as they keep getting the win,
and I think that's what Ricky Stewart's just like.
it can
He's like-
save them.
So the Raiders run home. I don't know how much
I
buys
know they
they've
play
had.
us soon.
Okay, so they got the bye this week, and I think that will be their last of the year. Okay,
Yep.
so they got the bye. Then they got the Warriors in New Zealand.
Yep.
Then they got the Knights, winnable. Tigers, winnable. Storm, well, they have a good record against the Storm in Melbourne,
Yep.
so winnable.
Yep.
Then they got the Dogs, winnable.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Then they got the Broncos in Canberra. That'll be an interesting
That'll
one
be a
because they
game.
beat the Broncos last time.
Yeah.
Then they got the Sharks around 27 at PointsBet. So, yeah,
That's a pretty good run home.
Yeah, I'm confident they will probably make the 8. Probably, maybe even get a home.
Well,
final.
that should be 5 wins.
Yeah.
At least, and that's 10 points.
Yeah.
And that'd put them up to 36
yeah,
and
so
or
how-
38. And
So what
that's
will
like,
their win-loss ratio be?
so at the moment they're 11 wins, 6 losses, and so if they won another 5, they'd go to 16 and 6, and then
16 and 8. It'd be.
and then 5, like 16 and 10 roughly, 6 or 16
no, it'll be
11.
16 and 8. So 16 wins, 8 losses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the bias.
Yeah, and that
yeah.
usually puts you like 4th, 3rd.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're pushing for the top 4.
Yeah.
They're
And
2 points
no
behind
one's,
first.
No one's talking about them
They're
either.
2 points behind
Everyone's
Panthers.
just like, everyone's just looking at the ladder. They're like, oh, Penrith, Brisbane, Cronulla. There's Canberra as well. Who cares about them?
Obviously, the buys skew the ladder at the moment. And I need to do another win percentage post because that's
Yeah.
the best way to work
But
out.
like, they're just everyone's underestimating, are they? Aren't they?
They've
like
won-
when you see everyone talking about like the top 8.
Yeah,
they're just
nobody
like,
talks about the
look, there's
Raiders.
Penrith, there's Brisbane, there's South. Oh, Canberra's there as well.
There'd be
but who
people
cares
that
about
still
them?
think Raiders going to miss the 8.
I can see a world where it happens based off their for and against.
'cause
Like it
everyone
could
just-
cost them in the long run,
nobody
but I think
thinks
they
about it.
will play finals at this point.
They've won as many games as the Panthers.
Like this
Like,
would
it's
be
insane.
pretty bad for the club if they miss the 8 this year. It would have to take a big fall off.
They started the season so bad as
Oh,
well.
they were terrible.
like,
I'm like
0
bottom
three or
4
0
possibly.
Yeah.
And then the
Everyone's
Jack
terrible.
Wyden situation came, and they're like, that's
Yeah.
changed them.
And I personally thought it was going to change it for the worse.
Yeah.
But it changed it for the
same.
better
'Cause
somehow.
I don't know if they're like, oh, Jack doesn't think we can win a comp. Let's prove him wrong.
Yeah.
Imagine if they win it
I
this
still
year.
want him to win it and then him not win anything at South. That'd be so ironic.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny for you as a
Yeah, I
South
know,
fan.
but, yeah.
But like, surely you'd still be able to see the humour in it if he wins
Oh,
the
yeah,
comp and then
absolutely.
leaves to win a comp. But I mean, he still wins at the end of the day because he gets his premiership, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything much else to say. Actually, my most disappointing player of the week, I may as well announce it now, came from this game. Do you have any guesses? Credit to everyone that played on the weekend. It was hard to find
I'm
the
going to
most disappointing
say,
player.
was it Ravalara?
No, I feel bad for this, Zane. It was the fullback,
Sloan.
Turner.
Oh,
No,
Turner.
Turner.
Okay.
I
I
feel
didn't
really
pay too much
bad.
attention to him.
because obviously he was on debut. He had a shocker.
Yeah, I can imagine. And
Let
I
me-
said when I read the lineup, I'm like, who?
Let me
I'm
give
like,
you some
Paul Turner,
stats.
what a name. Finally got some, there's no like,
Yeah.
Uka Tumanu's. Like, I miss names like Turner and Boyd and Smith, but
Yeah.
it's good to have one of
Joe.
those.
Yeah, he played 53 minutes. I think he might have got injured. I watched
Yeah,
the
he
game.
did get
Yeah,
injured.
so he got injured, which like is Declan Casey
You went,
kind of
didn't
stuff.
you?
No, I was
You
going
didn't.
to, but I didn't end up going. I'll tell you what, before I go back to these stats. So I was at work doing my infamous Friday night shift. I'm always talking about my Friday night shift. And I was doing a delivery literally across the road from the entertainment center.
Okay.
And this is like at 7 o'clock, so an hour before kickoff. And at that stage, I was like, oh, like once I finish work at 8 o'clock, I'll go to the game and watch 60 minutes. And I got to do the delivery, and I couldn't get a park to do the delivery. Like traffic
yeah.
was a nightmare.
No,
There was
it's
so many
terrible.
people.
Terrible in that
And I was
spot.
like, if I can't get a park now, what hope do I have in an hour?
Exactly.
So I just went home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it
that's
just wasn't
terrible
worth
to
it.
try and park at that
Yeah,
venue.
because
It's
usually
terrible.
I park at like Audi or something. Pro tip: if your team's playing in Wollongong, park at Audi. It's free
Oh,
parking.
don't even drive.
I-
Because you're not going to be able, like,
You reckon don't
I
drive?
reckon people get close to parking in my house at those games. Honestly, it's
Nah, people
terrible
do
sometimes.
park like near Northgong and stuff and
Yeah.
walk like 3Ks.
Yeah, you'd
but
have-
I always get a park. I park at Woolies or Audi.
And I honestly
get there
reckon
early.
my home's probably closer to the entertainment, to the stadium, to North Gong.
You reckon?
I'd reckon they're 50-50.
Yeah, fair enough. I've never
Literally from North
walked
Gong, you
your
walk
house.
through Stewart and Dalton Park up a bit further than you're at my
Yeah.
house. It'd be
Fair
similar,
shout. Yeah, fair enough. Not that the
So
audience
not a-
knows where any
people
of
don't-
that stuff
people
is.
People don't park out the front of my house, no. But like,
You should be charging
Yeah.
them for parking.
like we honestly don't drive. Sometimes we just catch the train, or
Yeah.
I sometimes have walked into that venue before.
I honestly should just catch the bus because there's a free bus.
and this is
but I
walkable.
drive.
You know, it's like a half an hour.
100%.
walk
It's
from here.
walkable. That's very walkable.
Yeah.
But I just choose to drive because it's easier. I'm
Yeah,
lazy.
exactly.
It's easier. But anyway, back to young Paul Turner. So in his 53 minutes, he had 2 errors. He missed 4 tackles and only made 2. He ran for 56 metres in 9 runs and had no tries, no try assists, no line breaks, no line break assists. And guess how many fantasy points he got?
Like 4.
2. So, like, I feel bad for putting a man on debut as most disappointing, but there wasn't anyone else to pick. I don't know who you've gone with, but I couldn't think of
Yeah,
anyone.
I've got one.
But that's Dragons Raiders. The first Saturday game, this one surprised me. Honestly, I tipped the Eels to beat the Warriors. You tipped the Warriors, but you said 1-12.
I did.
I think we both thought it was going to be close.
Oh, well, I looked at this score at the game with you at
Yeah.
points. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they are hammering them. And
Oh,
I wish
yeah.
I watched this game live. I watched it briefly on my phone. Sean
Yeah.
Johnson and Luke Metcalf were outstanding. And my player of the round is Sean Johnson.
That's fair enough. That is fair
Strange
enough.
for me saying this because my most disappointing player also comes from the Warriors, the winning side. Can you guess who it is? He made 6 errors.
Well, I was about to look at the stats. So I
He's
won't
our
do that.
favourite guy. We've backed him to score a try a few
Oh,
times.
not Cossey.
No.
Oh, who?
Adam Pompey.
Oh, no, not Pompey in the second row. The man who I didn't even know what position he played, he had 6 errors.
6 errors.
Oh, Adam, what are you
yeah,
doing?
he was just a letdown for the Warriors, and they still won by 46. Scored 46.
Yeah, they won
but,
by
6
36.
errors. You can't be making that in an NRL
Yeah.
game, can you? Like it's just, like there wasn't too many hopeless players this week.
Yeah, that's why
Seeing
like,
as
I had to
Perham
go.
and
Yeah.
all that were dropped, like,
Yeah.
there wasn't too many bad.
Yeah.
But 6 errors, you just can't be making those.
That's like the Eels lost by 36, and I was going through their team. I was like, all right, surely because also I'm a Bulldogs fan. I'm like, how good I get to pick one of them.
I'm
as
really
most
on the Warriors
disappointing.
now. Like
Yeah.
Johnson's not getting injured. He's staying. He's going to keep going because
He got past the baby stuff and everything.
Every time the Warriors start getting good, this like point of the year is where they start to fall off
Yeah.
again, and I don't think it's
That
gonna
was a
happen.
big win, hey.
It was.
I know that
That's going to give them so much confidence now.
I know that
Especially-
Eels were missing all those players. I don't care. That's a big win for the Wars.
Like when the Bunnies pumped them last week, I'm like, oh god, here we go. Here
Yeah.
come the normal Warriors just fading off again. But
and then Sean
this
Johnson
win,
was meant to like not be playing because of the baby, but he played.
yeah, and he was outstanding.
and was killed it.
Yeah.
He made sure that it was worth.
yeah, and now they got a bunch of games in New Zealand. They've got
Yeah.
confidence. Let's just hope it doesn't rain because they're terrible in
Imagine
the
if
rain.
they beat the Sharks.
Oh,
It'd be
I-
huge.
I'd
Eels into
begin
Sharks.
to call them premiership threats.
Oh!
I want to call them that.
I
If
want to
South
as
State-
well. I love
but
them.
I just have a feeling. You remember how the Cowboys always got ripped off in finals?
Yeah,
I feel
you
like the
reckon
Warriors are
that'll-
going to get ripped. There's going to be
100%.
some controversial call that rips the Warriors
It'll
off.
happen before finals, so they make sure they miss.
No, I reckon
the
they'll
home
make the
final.
8.
No, I'm not saying miss the
will.
8. I think they'll rob them of the home final because they
Probably.
don't want them to have a home final.
Yeah, because the broadcasters wouldn't want that.
Who gets the home finals? Fifth and sixth, and they're in sixth.
and first and second, but I don't think they'll be first
Yeah,
or
but
second.
like they're in.
Yeah.
If the
Right now.
finals were this week, Mount Smart against
It's going to
Parramatta.
go crazy. I know.
Like,
But,
imagine.
yeah, I just feel like there's going to be some controversial decision in the
Yeah.
finals that like rips them off.
Yeah.
Like, I can just see it. Can you see it happening?
I can see it. 100% I can.
And they're going to not. We're going to not hear the end of it.
You talk
for ages
about
as well.
the hardest done by teams in the NRL, and like I think every club feels like they're the hardest done by.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that we're not as
Souths
hard done
are,
by
Souths
as
are,
Warriors,
unless Ashley Klein's reffing.
but Warriors.
Yeah,
they're like
Warriors.
easily more like I feel Bulldogs are hard done by, not as much as the Warriors. Like
all
no
the
way.
Tigers, the Tigers.
You reckon they're hard done by
Yeah.
a lot?
Well, don't you remember in Townsville last year?
Oh yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, no,
one of the
very
worst calls I've
true.
ever seen,
Very
but-
true. I'd go as far as to say that was the worst call ever.
Yeah, but next game, Queensland Derby, Dolphins versus Titans. Let's discuss it. Yeah,
Is that the next game?
yeah, I think so.
I think you've missed the greatest game of the year,
did we?
Zane.
Oh, how
The
could I
greatest
forget
game of
that?
the year.
How could I? How could I?
Before we get into the game, Zane, we'll have a little bit of a grace period. Let's talk about Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
He retired
The grub,
yesterday.
he did.
The grub. Well, I know, like obviously, I think you know like how I feel about it. You know, I think like it was expected. I'm not going to sit here and pretend we didn't know he was going to retire. I thought I was literally talking about it with someone the other day, saying like, oh, like he's going to retire at the end of the year in terms of like probably like salary
Not
cap or
mid-season,
something.
though.
But and then the next day he just retires.
Yeah.
And it was sad. I cried. What have you seen the press conference?
They really should. Yeah, they really should have given him like a first grade game
Yeah.
at Belmore.
And the
this week.
the problem was that half the reason he's had to retire as well is because he gave up his top 30
Yeah.
spot for Sexton.
Yeah.
And so they can't give him the farewell.
Oh,
But
who's going to give up their spot for Sullivan?
yeah, well, let's talk about that soon. But yeah, he's playing New South Wales Cup this weekend at Belmore. I would tell people to like buy a ticket and get there, but it's sold out.
People are going to go there just to watch.
Yeah,
the New South
I
Wales
reckon
Cup.
it'll be one of the biggest crowds for New South Wales Cup.
Oh,
ever.
absolutely.
Probably outside the finals, it will be like it'll be so good. They're selling T-shirts. I don't know if it might be this shirt. I don't know, but
Yeah.
on the team list announcement, they said they're selling exclusive Josh Reynolds T-shirts. They named him the Hill
I
after
wonder
him.
if they're going to let everyone on the field.
Oh,
Well,
they-
maybe
mate.
not after New South Wales Cup.
I'll give you a hint, Zane. They're not going to have to let the people on the field.
Is that what
It'll
happened
get
last
stormed.
time?
Yeah.
What, people stormed
Yeah,
it?
it got stormed. So
Oh.
what happened last time was every Belmore game, they do fans on the field after the
Yeah.
NRL. The way it works is there's the full-time siren,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
that's
wait for
how-
the field to
yeah,
clear,
that's
and then
what
there's
they
a
did.
second
They've
siren.
done it at Wynn Stadium and they've done it
Yeah.
at Call. There's two sirens.
And
that.
the siren went off twice, like back to back. Like somebody accidentally pushed it.
Okay.
Or I reckon they did it on purpose. And so like the full-time siren went off, brr, and then it just went off again. And so everyone just stormed it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what, security did nothing.
And they couldn't do anything. There was
Yeah.
too many people running on because the deal was the second siren goes off, everyone's allowed on the field.
Okay.
And so everyone ran onto the field.
Right, the players are still out there.
Yeah, and they play all the like I've got a photo with Trent Hog. I'll try and
Hodgkinson. Yeah,
I'll try
okay.
and insert it into
So
the
this
YouTube.
was the Brock Lamb game, was
yeah,
it?
yeah, the Liam Shane
Okay.
game. Yeah, Reynolds' last Belmore game, and yeah, I'll insert into the YouTube the picture of me and Reynolds. Me and
Because
Hodgkinson.
I remember
on
Reynolds
tiny.
was getting interviewed and there's just people running
And
in.
then
but,
mid-interview they pick him up.
Yeah.
And then I also got a photo with Dutchy. Do you remember Kerrod Holland?
I remember the name.
Yeah, that's a throwback. Kerrod
Yeah, I
Holland.
miss the old OG Bulldogs like Frank Pritchard.
Yeah,
and,
Sam Cassiano.
Sam Parrott.
The Morris brothers.
Yeah, the Morris
Yeah,
brothers. I
100%.
hated the Morris brothers. Hated them.
But yeah,
Just found them to be big sooks, really.
as a Bulldogs fan, I can sit here all day and talk about Josh Reynolds. But you're a South fan. You've got an outside view. I want to ask you, what's your favourite Josh Reynolds moment?
When he kicked the chair. Against sin bin.
Yeah. With which time?
Oh, no. I think it's the one where against the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think he did a trip and maybe there was a high shot as well.
Probably.
There was a lot that went on.
Do you remember the brain explosion against the Titans?
Oh, where he passed it back in? Yeah. I've never really worked out what happened there.
So what happened was...
So he ran out then, threw it in, or was it he wasn't out yet?
So it was like... It was half time,
Yeah.
and so he got
And
it.
he ran into the shed.
he ran up the shed. So he thought he stepped out and then threw it back in, but the ref played it as he threw it in and then stepped out, which made it an intentional forward pass. And yeah, as you said, he ran up the sheds.
Yeah, I know.
Because it was half time.
Like, he was all the way. He didn't even...
then,
did he come back out? Or?
Yeah, apparently he did because he's talked about it on a podcast. And so the Titans got the penalty.
Yeah.
And then they tapped it.
Titans won that game as well, didn't they?
I don't remember.
I think they did.
Might have. I'll
think
take your word for it. I don't
did.
remember.
I think it was like 20-12 or something.
That cost us the game.
Yeah.
Nah, but then apparently, because they started throwing it around like crazy because of the last play, and then he got back on like halfway through that play. And so
he must have gone in the shed, sat down, and looked at the screen.
And the trainers were like yelling at him, like, "Get back out!" Like the play's still on. He was like, "What?" But yeah, I reckon that's a pretty good moment. And then him winning Origin 2014.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really him.
Mate, it was him, mate.
Was he the player who got slapped by JT?
Yeah.
Was that him?
Yeah, on the ground, yeah.
That was hilarious.
And he's like, if you watch it back, he's like laughing.
Was it
on
him?
the
I
ground.
remember there was one where they were up playing the ball and then there was just a slap. And I think it was JT that did it.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't him. There was definitely an incident between him and JT where he was on the ground.
Yeah,
and JT basically punched him.
I remember there was one where they played the ball and then it was just like...
It probably was,
yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it probably was. Yeah, shout out to...
Oh, yeah, he's a very
Reynolds.
nostalgic player because he was at his peak when I started getting into the league.
Yeah, because 2013, 2014.
Another moment that reminds me, it wasn't really him that was like the star of this moment, but it's when they packed the scrum against the Broncos and Sam Fido got in.
Yeah. No,
he was the one leading them over.
Yeah, he's like yelling at everyone to come in and then Fido packs
and
in.
Another iconic moment from him, I guess. Oh, well, this isn't really a Dogs Josh Reynolds moment, but where there was the kick in the head against the Rabbitohs when he was at the Tigers. I think
And then Latrell...
Oh, no, I think he kicked someone.
Yeah. So he kicks at the ball and hits whoever the South player was.
That's iconic to me.
Yeah. That was I always forget, he played for the Tigers.
Yeah. And
that's so random.
Yeah, on big money as well.
Yeah, massive money. But yeah, I feel like he's one of the players where most other people do hate him, but at the same time, you probably respect him or you still appreciate him for a character of the game for being a grub. So
yeah.
Shout out to Josh Reynolds.
You don't respect Troll, do you?
He's a good player.
Yeah.
When Latrell retires, I'll sit there and I'll appreciate.
Yeah, if he plays for Dogs, you'd love him.
Yeah, 100%.
All of yous would.
And I think it's the same with Josh Reynolds. Now he's retired, people can sort of go, you know what? I appreciate, what he was.
And that's the
as
same
a
with Sam
football player.
Burgess.
Yeah.
When he retired, everyone all of a sudden loved him.
It's Cameron Smith. I'm not trying to say Josh Reynolds is Cameron Smith at all, but do you know what I mean? Everyone hated Cameron Smith. And everyone just respects him for the player he was. And so that's what sort of happens. But yeah, if you watch his press conference as a Bulldogs fan and you don't cry, you're not a Bulldogs fan. Just some of the things he said.
Yeah, the game.
A
lot to talk about. We don't have time to talk about everything that went here. So
we do.
We're
sitting and we're breaking
scorer, correct.
Yeah, what about, let's start there. What happened with that?
Big Tommy. I just knew the captaincy would fire him up and he'd lead the forward pack as he did for the first 10 minutes.
You said he was going to score anytime. He scored the first try, just crashed over easy as you like. That was incredible. Let's keep talking about South.
It was.
Obviously,
then Dogs' first touch of the ball, Munro, gun Munro. And I want to praise these young South guys.
Oh, that's what I was about to do.
Munro has a future in this game. Defensively, still a bit of a way to go. But with Graham and Kalamatangi coming back, he'll be fine. He'll learn from them.
Yeah.
Then Tallis Duncan, that try was just unreal.
And imagine if
that was the game-winning try.
I don't want to.
If we didn't miss any conversions, that game would have been tied.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the game-winning try.
Yeah.
That would have been better than the Adam Reynolds
and that's a big call.
If we won that game, that would have been absolutely better.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing at anything. That would have been better than that comeback.
Yeah.
But Tallis Duncan, he reminds me so much of Cameron Murray when he first came in the scene.
That's a very fair comparison.
Footwork, speed, he can play pretty much anywhere in the forwards.
That dummy, that dummy was just such a good dummy to go through the line.
And Pete Mamazoulis as well. He's a first grader.
Yeah.
He's a first grader. And it's a shame. I guess it's not a shame at the same time because he obviously loves the club because he definitely deserves an opportunity elsewhere because every first grade game he's played, he hasn't let South down. He's been great in all those games. But he might not get an opportunity at South with Cook and Havili there. But he's
Would you
now
cut
and out
Cook's
first
minutes
grader.
and play him off the bench?
Well, they got Havili there.
Surely you're playing Mamazoulis over
Oh,
Havili.
he deserves to be in that squad somewhere. He is
I guess
unreal.
Havili has more
He's so,
versatility.
I know it's a bit early to call him underrated because he's played 5 games, but he's just so good when he comes on.
Yeah,
Like, he
was
deserves
very
to be a
good.
first grader. And like, I'd love him to stay at South, but will he get that opportunity at South? I'd hope so.
Well, we've seen players in the past move to Souths because they don't get an opportunity.
And Damien Cook, I mean, well, he didn't get
Like,
one
does-
at
yeah,
first.
does Mamazoulis
'cause
move
He came to the South for 1 year, and they played McInnes, and he was literally going to sign with the Sharks for 2017 when they
Yeah.
got Robbie Farah, but he decided to wait it out, and look at him now.
What about just
I'll ask
talking
you a
about?
question. Do you think Cook would have become the player he is now if he left South and went to the Sharks?
No,
You don't think he would have been the hooker?
no,
Yes, he was.
no way. I don't think so.
Because 2017 was Michael Ennis had just retired, and they were going to
Who ended up as hooker for them?
Jaden Brayley.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think he's becomes as good as he is now if he
Yeah.
left.
Okay.
I think South deserves so much credit for like the player he is.
Yeah. Well, they they
Yeah.
make a lot of great plays. Some good, some turn out pretty average, don't they? A few good games. Jackson Paulo. Yeah.
Talking about the young blokes, Blake Taff at
Oh,
fullback.
best game he's ever played for us.
Apologise to him.
I apologise. Look, he didn't trip over every time he stepped. He took the line on. And that's been his weakness every game he's played.
Yeah.
He hasn't taken the line on enough. And he did. And look at all the tries. Look at the tries he scored.
Just
he backed
even
himself
just the last
and he was
20
a
minutes,
tank.
he was just incredible. Like he scored a double, and I think he had some tries. He didn't have tries.
He was
but, like,
outstanding.
yeah, he was
And
very
if
good.
South had won that game, he'd be my player of the round.
Yeah, that's a fair shout.
My player of the round,
Is it Sean Johnson?
it was
I'll tell you who my player of the round was.
very, very close behind Johnson.
Sex season?
It is.
Toby Sexton.
Yeah.
The man who can have my kids, apparently.
That's your halves combo going forward.
Yeah.
That.
It has, and there's, as you sort of
Avarillo
alluded to
at
before.
fullback. Keep that as well.
Let's not talk about Jake Averillo at fullback, Zane.
I thought he was good.
He was brilliant, and that's why
Yeah.
we're not talking about it, because we got rid of him.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been saying this
Oh, yeah.
whole time.
I forgot about this part, yeah.
This is what I've been saying this
and
whole
Marnie had
time.
his best game in a long time.
Yeah, and I feel like that was off the back of Toby Sexton.
But I thought defensively, a few forwards, one second row in particular was a bit
Mate.
weak at points.
Second rower.
One in
Who?
particular, your guy.
You think Torqueno was weak?
Ockenball,
I was going to say,
I'm
why are
talking
you
about.
knocking our second rows? They were defensive machines. Yeah, no, the Ock. Yeah, fair enough.
Not the Ock, it was Ockenball.
Ockenball.
Ockenball's come back the last
He
few
was,
weeks.
mate. Did you see that long ball?
I
Put
did.
him in the 7. He should be playing. He should be playing Origin this week in the halves instead of Cody Walker.
When is Ockenball contracted until? Do
End of this year?
you reckon Dogs will resign him?
I've said since the rebranding, I can see someone like Storm picking him up and turning him into a weapon. What do you think? I'd re-sign him if I was the
But
Bulldogs.
do you know who the Rabbitohs are looking to sign next?
Who?
A second rower.
You reckon he goes to the Rabbits?
I feel like
Would you take
I feel
him?
like I feel like the South could utilise him a lot better.
There's
than the
that's
Dogs,
what I'm
though.
saying. If he
But
was
they
in
could
like,
really
yeah.
like figure out a way to
Even Panthers.
yeah.
like if
even
he was
then.
in a good
but I've
system.
looked a bit more. I feel like Jack Whiten could even play second row.
Yeah,
to be honest
he's
with you.
he's a big body.
Yeah, and I honestly reckon there's a chance he might play second
Would you
row.
take the Ock?
If South plan on using him the correct way
Yeah.
and like
Like,
turn
as a
him into a
second
tank.
rower?
Oh, not even that. Like he could play wing, but I think we got the wings sorted
The
now.
thing is, he's built as a winger. Imagine if you gave him a preseason
Like,
to
I'd give
train
him,
as
I'd
a
give him like a
forward.
1 year deal and see how he goes. It's
He
like-
trained our preseason as a winger. Like,
Yeah.
you give him a preseason, puts on heaps of muscle, he'd be like crazy.
Yeah, but I just know Souths, that's their next signing.
Yeah,
goal, the
right.
second
Maybe they'll go
row.
after Fafita with
Oh,
their
yeah,
giant
no.
salary cap.
Well, yeah, we never know. We could get him Indigenous.
But yeah, back to Averillo at fullback. That's what I've been saying this whole time,
Yeah.
Zane. And I think people are finding
Why
like,
would
oh,
you
Winston was
drop
right.
Hayes Perham and Alamotti the week you play South?
Well, this is
Why
why.
couldn't you wait another week?
Oh,
at least?
yeah. Like, that was arguably our best side we've named all year.
Oh,
and We're
yeah.
missing Thompson and kick out.
And it was South's worst side they've named all year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty
And you
fortunate
still
for us.
only won by 4 points. If
The
you-
last 20 minutes
Do you think
doesn't
you would have
count.
won that game if you versus South's full strength side?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, yeah.
So you reckon if Trell and Walker and all that
I'll put
played-
it this way. If it was the week before, no, but Toby Sexton, mate.
Oh.
Kid can play.
I think if South had their full strength squad,
yeah,
they would have won
easily,
that game.
easily.
You
Nobody's
see
even
Latrell on the
questioning
sideline?
that. Yeah.
And we got hear the big cheer he got.
I
Assume
heard
your area-
the big boo he got
Yeah,
because where I was
on-
sitting, it was all
yeah,
just
but
booing.
It was flags were waving like we'd scored when he's on the screen. He looked furious though, didn't he?
He looked angry.
He wanted to get out there. He's like, I want to play.
He must be ready.
I'm ready for him to come back.
What about, let's go back to Sex season. Toby Sexton, last week we sat here and we sort of analysed like, what does he have to do? He has to free up Matt Burton.
And he's not a
do
meme
a bit
anymore.
of kicking.
He got rid of that meme like against his name on Saturday night.
He
And
was
I
genuinely
actually agreed
good.
with what Buzz Rothfield said. It's a shame that they're having this media boycott because I would have loved to have heard from him after this game. And I'm sure you would have loved to have heard from him.
Like, I don't care. I'm still of like, based on, well, I don't want to get into the RLPA stuff, but based on like what they're not getting from the NRL, I agree with the media ban to a certain degree.
Oh, yeah, but no,
like,
what I mean is I would have loved
face
to have
value,
heard from him.
I would have loved to have heard from Toby Sexton.
Yeah.
100%. Like, it's sex season, baby. I want to hear him saying to the microphone, it's sex season. Or I got that dog in me or something.
You got to convince him. You've got to go up and convince him.
Oh, I'll get it.
Or someone who's got very close to him. Like BKR is very good mates with him.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Hit up BKR.
But I don't think he's a big fan of the dogs at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I just
who
like,
knows?
he did, like we sat here and we basically gave our list of demands of like, for this to work, this is what he needs to do. And he just did it all perfectly.
He seemed to just... Oh, he looked so dangerous. Same with Burton. Like, he'd get the ball and
because he
run
was
it.
freed up. How scary was he?
It was scary.
He was nearly my player. The only reason Toby Sexton
in that first half, every time Burton got the ball, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like because he's running the ball and he just always looks like he's going to go through away. But like Matt Burton would have been my player of the week, and I know he was actually a lot of people's players of the week, but I only went Toby Sexton because he played that good because of Toby Sexton.
The Dogs would have been a completely different team, and defensively they were okay. There was periods where they fell asleep a bit.
Defensively, I don't think we were very good at all.
I thought they were.
We conceded 32 points.
They didn't concede 66,
yeah,
so they were better.
Yeah,
Marnie,
they were better.
Marnie played really well.
I want to give a shout out to Preston and Torpene as well, the second rowers.
Yeah. Let me just say, Preston needs a haircut.
Nah, his mullet's
Why
sick.
did we not include him in our list for haircuts last week? Well, you probably haven't seen that video.
I'm posting it. They will. By the time this drops, they'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's dropping
I don't think
tonight.
we included him, did we?
Nah.
No, we didn't.
I'm now really angry at myself for not including him.
There's always one
he's got
we forget,
such a
isn't there?
glorious mullet. To be fair, there would be lots we forgot. But I just, like, they were just a completely different side to the one that faced Knights, hey? Blake Wilson? How good was he?
Yeah, but I mean... You look at South's right edge defence.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
but still,
like
he's a
3
rookie.
tries.
It was like
outstanding, mate. He was going up against a rookie as well.
He also ran, like, not just his tries, he ran for a lot of meters, broke a lot of tackles.
He did.
The try celebration.
But I was just too furious, to analyse this game too much because of all the rubbish that was going on around me.
The only other real thing I want to say about this, I think I've,
Until next time.
Yeah, until
Good Friday when we win by about 40 as
I just want to also touch on the rookies. We had 2 debutants, Skelton and Quay Ward. Obviously, Quay Ward
Skelton
started.
dropped at his first touch.
He dropped at his first touch, and then
and
then he ran through the entire south side on his second touch.
Like his first touch, I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah. And that's when he dropped that. I was like, this is why I said Quay Ward is better than Skelton at the moment. But I thought Quay Ward was very good.
Yeah, he was. He scored that try, didn't he?
Yeah. He broke lots of tackles. He's so big. But yeah, I thought as much as I'm, talking out the Bulldogs, South Sydney, that's almost as good as they could have done.
Yeah,
realistically,
you can't write them off, South.
No way.
Exactly. There's
if
people
somebody's
who are
writing South, why?
There's people like, they won't finish any higher than 7th. You're fooling yourself. I still reckon they make top 4. Yeah, genuinely do. It's not even biased.
Yeah, I mean, they're capable of making top 4 easily.
Yeah,
they were missing like 8 players.
They're still a premiership threat.
Yeah. I'm happy
100% they are.
As happy as I am with the win and stuff, I'm happy to sit here and say that we only lost.
The Warriors was just incredible.
We only won because they were missing 8 players.
And I'm going to say this, I think this season, Cody Walker is a bigger loss than Latrell. Would you agree with me?
I don't know, to be honest, because some of the games they've had with Cody Walker but without Latrell, they've looked bad.
When Cody Walker, he's learnt to play without Latrell now.
I guess based off the Warriors game.
Oh, yeah, the Warriors game. Yeah. That's got his origin spot. But we spoke about this last week. So next game. Fun game this was.
The Queensland Derby, let's get to it. This was
best try celebrations of the round, this game.
Outside of the Raiders one. How good was the Raiders? We didn't even talk about that. How good was the Raiders try celebration?
And Elliot Whitehead, though, being the batsman.
The attention to detail, just perfect.
Piers Morgan wasn't happy with it.
He was not happy with it. Shout out to Piers, you idiot. Stay in your crease, you dog. You pommy dogs.
The try celebrations in this game, like Lemu. I always stuff up that name.
The dolphin out of water.
The worm. Oh, yeah,
I think it was funny that said
What
that.
was that?
I think it was a pie.
Oh, yeah.
But do you see what Roasty posted? He was like, 12-year-old me practicing kissing.
Oh, I saw
girls.
another one like Jared Wallace showing the Titans choking once.
Yeah, no, that was a good.
What do you think of the penalty? That was correct penalty.
Oh, 100%.
There was nothing wrong.
He was miles offside.
he was off.
But I think the issue that most people had with it is it's not normally called. There's no consistency, and that's fair enough.
Yeah,
there
fair
isn't
enough.
any
But if
consistency.
he's offside, he's offside. They called it.
I'm not saying
Sucks
don't
for the
award the
Titans.
penalty. I'm not saying don't award that. I'm
that-
saying award the other one.
I honestly think that might have cost their season, the Titans.
Yeah, maybe.
'Cause I don't think they're going to play finals.
I don't think
they're
they'll play
still. They can
finals.
still, but
I don't think they will.
Dolphins, I still think are a chance.
They're a chance, but I don't think they will.
Dolphins, I think they will.
I just don't think there's enough teams falling out of the 8.
I'm going to look at their. I'm going to look at their draw as well.
I think, like the way the top 8 is at the moment,
Yeah, I know, but
the 8 teams there, I think play finals, and then I also think Cowboys play finals.
so who do you think drops out?
That's what I mean. Like, there's 9 teams that I think are playing finals.
Souths will not drop out. Okay.
And that's what I mean. That's why I'm like,
Eels.
Dolphins aren't playing finals.
I don't know about Eels.
I'll say it. Nobody 10th or below is going to be playing finals footy. They can come within 2 points of the top 8, but nobody
I
outside
just
of
think like
the 9 are playing finals.
they've fallen off this midway part of the year.
Who?
Wayne Bennett sides Dolphins.
Oh,
They
yeah.
always do. Then they fire at the end.
It's going to be too
Their
little too
draw.
late.
So they got Penrith this week. I don't think they'll win that. Round 21 they got a bye. Then they got the Dogs, the Knights, the Roosters, the Tigers, and the Cowboys and the Warriors. That's their run home. So
They're not
maybe
making
not,
the 8.
but they can
people have
still
to
win
fall
3 in a
out.
row here.
They
No,
can come,
4 in a row.
They can come within 2 points of the 8. They're not making the 8. There's nobody that's falling out outside of the top 9.
We said that last year. And the Broncos fell out, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. They might do it again.
Yeah, imagine.
You look at like they're playing the Dogs this week, and like surely
Imagine
they
if
win.
the Broncos fall
They're
out
missing
for
so many
for the
players.
Dolphins. Imagine.
They are pretty deep in though. They're 6 points in, 7 points.
They
inside
were
even.
last year as well.
Yeah, it's true.
They were like 6 points.
It is true. But yeah, like the top 4, Panthers, Broncos, Sharks, Storm, I'd lock all them in. Raiders and Warriors and Eels and Rabbits, I want to lock all of them in as well.
Yeah.
And then Cowboys,
It's tough. It's going to be
It's
so
so
unlucky
tough.
for one team to miss out, isn't it?
yeah. And then like Manly, like they're playing good footy.
Manly
If they had Turbo,
I can see them playing
yeah,
finals.
I
I,
just don't-
can still
yeah.
see them being there.
yeah, it's just
I reckon someone will drop out.
somebody might have to. But
Could be the Sharks or someone.
yeah, they could fall.
But you think
Yeah.
the Sharks are safe? Though.
They had a good draw.
Yeah.
when we went over it before. It's going to be, as I said 2 weeks ago. I just want to watch it all now and just see what happens.
But yeah, Titan season's really starting to fall away from them now.
Yeah, I
they
agree.
last 2 weeks they needed to win both those games against the Raiders and the
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah,
I don't think they're playing finals.
neither.
And same with the Dolphins. I don't think they're playing
Yeah,
finals. What do you
okay.
think?
I still can't write off the Dolphins.
And then
Can't write them off.
your player of the week was Sean Johnson.
Yeah,
Your
most
most
disappointing.
disappointing was
Pompey.
That's right. And then my player of the week was Sex Season, and disappointing was Paul Turner.
Turner.
All right,
Prediction time.
prediction time. Actually, let's look back on last week's predictions.
I assume I would have won.
You won. All right, let's
I
move
did,
on.
yeah.
You won by 2.
Yeah,
You won by 2. It was very
Big
close.
Tom got me.
Yeah.
But first game is Friday night.
Friday night footy, Knights, Tigers.
Gosh, why are the primetime games like this? Jesus Christ. Okay, I think this is probably I've said a few weeks. This has to be the worst primetime game of the year.
You reckon?
Knights Tigers as Friday night.
It's not the worst. There's one coming up pretty soon, and it's the worst, and it's Tigers, Dragons.
Yes, but is
And
that a
Tigers,
night, is that a
Titans
night
was bad
game?
as well. Yeah, that's prime time. It's like Thursday night.
Knights. Bradman Best won't play.
I think he will.
You reckon he will?
I don't think he'll do much on Wednesday, and then he'll back up.
Okay, so they won 66-0. Positivity around the club.
Oh, yeah, true.
I think they win this game.
It's at home as well.
Yeah. I'll say, I don't want to overhype them and say 13 plus. But let's just go 13 plus. Why
Yeah.
not?
And then a try scorer.
Dom Young. I like
Yeah,
Dom
safe.
Young.
I'm going 1 to 12. I said this before the Bulldogs game, and it blew up in my face. But the Knights, they grind every week, and if they lose, they don't lose by much. If they win, they don't win by much. And obviously, they beat the Bulldogs 66.
Yeah, and they got a positive for and against me.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick by that theory. So I'm going 1 to 12, and I'm going to go Kalen Ponga anytime.
Okay.
I'm sticking with my fullback scoring against the Tigers theory, even though it cost me last week when Kennedy
Except
didn't
Ponga.
score.
Yeah.
I'm going Ponga anytime. And then game of the week, Bulldogs and Broncos.
Broncos, why are they favourites? Of course they're favourites.
Like they should be. Yeah, of course they are. What do you think? It's at Belmore.
Yeah, I know it's at Belmore.
It's at Belmore, which the Bulldogs have a horrible record at Belmore.
I can see a Dogs winning. It's going to be such a big day for the
They
Dogs.
do have some big outs. Walsh is out, Flegler's out, Haas is out, and Carrigan's in the reserves.
Can you tip against the Broncos, though?
They haven't won at Belmore since the 90s.
This is tough, this one.
I don't think it's that tough.
You know what? I'm going to go Broncos 1-12, but I'm going to say Addo Carr anytime try scorer.
Yeah, nice.
And
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I won't make it my multi of the week, actually. I won't.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. So you go on Broncos.
Yeah.
Sorry, and then 1-12, did you say?
Yeah.
And then Fox to be safe. I'm going Doggies 13 plus. I'm going to go Jacob Kreis, who's been moved to centre.
Okay.
I love him at centre. He actually debuted against the Broncos at centre.
Yeah.
Is that an omen?
Yeah.
That's sort of an
Go
omen.
back the Lebanese blokes to score at Belmore.
And at Belmore.
Yeah.
He's playing like where
The
he
drums-
lives.
the
He
drums
lives
are
in
gonna be-
Belmore.
The drums are going to be hammering. You know.
I wasn't going to make that my multi of the week, but I am now.
Yeah, you got to. Surely Carras scores at
My
Belmore.
bet of the week is Carras anytime. That's not my multi of the week. But if you want to bet, actually, I didn't even give a shout out to Picklebet. If you want to have a bet with Picklebet, not only are you going to get on Jacob Carras anytime try scorer, because that's an omen because he debuted against the Broncos and it's at Belmore where he lives, but you're also going to do it responsibly. Use code HOTDOG if you're signing up to bet with Picklebet. You can make your own multi. You can get on our multis. We give you 16 multis every week. Plus, we tell you which one is our favorite multi. Plus, we let you pick a multi. It couldn't be easier, Zach.
Yeah,
it can't be easier. But if you are having trouble gambling, as in not if you keep losing, but if you're getting a little bit addicted, if you're not gambling responsibly, call 1-800-858-858. Always gamble responsibly. Chances are you're about to lose. 18 plus only. Manly Cowboys.
My multi of the week in this game.
Wow.
Look, Manly need to start winning, but Cowboys are flying at the moment. I don't know if the Origin players will back up. So possibly a Manly win. But I'm going to stay safe and go Cowboys 1-12. And Luciano Leilua, and he's trying to try scorer. And that's my multi.
You say
of
1-12?
the week. Yeah.
And Luch.
Yeah. Big Luch.
I feel this one's hard to pick, as you sort of just alluded to.
Yeah.
Because it's at Brookvale and Cowboys had been going bad in Sydney, but now they've sort of come good. They've got Origin players that will have to back up. Cherry Evans is going to have to back up, though. Because it's at Brookie. I'm going for the upset. Manly 1-12.
The number 22 for the Seagulls.
Who?
Guess his name. Gordon Chan Kum Tong.
Oh, nice.
What a name.
Yeah, there's a few Manly fans that have their eyes on him. Like, he's been killing it in reserve grade,
What a
actually.
long-ass name.
Yeah, it's a name and a half.
Cam Chung Tong. No, Chan Kum Tong. Jeez.
Gordon, yeah, it's a good name. It's a
Now,
rugby league name.
What a good
See,
game
I'm
this
going
next one is.
my try scorer, is Saab.
Okay, yeah.
Saab. Actually, I'm going to go Cowboys try scorer. Have they named Tuolangi?
Yeah, they have.
They're playing in Sydney, surely backs up. I'm going to go
I like this
Tuolangi
next
or the
game
left
that's coming
winger.
up.
Yeah, this is game of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Or I
Nah.
like Warriors Sharks.
So it's at the SCG. Oh, great. Who's going to want to go to that? Storm.
Yeah.
I know Roosters have a lot back, but Storm.
This is another one where it'll be interesting to see who backs up.
Anytime try scorer. I like Justin Olam, actually.
Yeah.
He's just someone I see scoring against the Roosters. I swear he's got a very good record at scoring against the Roosters, doesn't he?
Did you say 1-12?
Yeah.
And Olam. Yeah, he's probably due for a try. I feel like he hasn't scored in a while.
Yeah, I'll have a look, actually.
I just feel like it's... I used to always get on him to score tries, and he used to always let me down.
Oh, he's scored a lot a few years ago.
Oh, has he?
But no, this year, I don't think... Let's have a look. Oh, this will be his 100th game.
That's omen.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't even know that.
That's an omen.
He last scored against the Cowboys. Okay, that was the 20-44 game or whatever.
So it has been a while.
Three matches ago. Or he might have been injured then for a little bit.
I'm going to go Storm 13 plus. I'm going to back him to back up, and if he backs up, he's going to have a big game. Cameron Munster, anytime try scorer, or the 5'8". If he doesn't play, which will probably be Pezzett, which I like anyway.
Yeah.
I like that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to multi of the week that bad boy.
Okay.
That's going to be my multi of the week. Warriors and Sharks in New Zealand. So hard to pick. Where are you going?
Bunty Afoa is out.
Ooh.
And Adam Pompey
Hectic
somehow
Fred's boy.
Adam Pompey somehow keeps his spot. So let's say he has a big game this week.
Adam Pompey.
Yeah, anytime try scorer.
You're backing in your most disappointing player for a try.
Yeah, hopefully he backs up. 6 errors, not on, so. Adam Pompey, Warriors won the 12. Warriors, if they win this game, they're a real threat now.
Yeah, and same for the Sharks. If they win this game,
This will show where
they're a
both
real
these
threat.
sides are at, in my opinion.
If Warriors lose this game, though, I think they're still a threat. Where if Sharks
Yeah.
lose it, it's sort of like
Yeah, but they can push the top 4 if they win this game.
Warriors.
Like it's a day game as well, 2 p.m. So over there will be about 4 or 5.
This is so hard to pick. Neither team would have anyone backing up.
No, they neither have Origin players.
I'm gonna back in Sharks to finally beat a top 8 team.
Okay.
But 1-12. I'd even go as far to say field goal.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I think it'll be tight. And I'm gonna go Ronaldo, the Kiwi international in New Zealand, back home to score a meat pie. Dolphins Panthers. Dolphins home game.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I'm going Panthers, but 1-12.
Yep.
Cleary is named on the extended bench.
He is.
Which means he will more than likely play.
I don't think he'll play. I think they'll give him another week.
Oh, well, if they're named on extended bench, they more than likely do play.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. I'll go Penrith 1-12. Like, Dolphins will really give it to them. I just know it. I can see it happening. Although Penrith could win by 40.
I don't think many will back up.
They could win by 40 or they'll win by 6. So, yeah. Who's going to back up? Let's go Tago. Isaac Tago. Scorer.
Yeah, fair.
You just can't choose anyone because they're all playing
Cleary
Origin.
seems to not like players backing up.
Cleary.
Ivan,
Cleary. Yeah.
after what happened to Nathan.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm going to go the upset.
You're going to go Dolphins.
I'm going to go Finns.
And you don't think they
for
can
an
make the
upset.
8?
I don't think they make the 8, but I think they beat the minor premiers this weekend. Upset season.
Fair
And
enough.
I'm going to back in the Hammer to back up.
And the last game, ooh, okay.
You reckon this one's tricky? I'm going Eels, and I'm going Eels 13 plus.
If they don't back up,
I think their season on the line. They'll back up.
you're right.
And I'm going to Moses anytime.
I might go Eels 1-12.
Actually, I want Gutho.
No, I'll go Eels 13 plus actually.
Yeah?
Then I'll go a Titans player to score. Philip Sami. Scored a lot this year, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
I'm going Eels 13 plus. I think Gutho doesn't do much in Origin, backs up. Like not
Does he
because
even
he's
play?
not because of him. I'm not saying he's going
Does
to
he
play
even
bad. Yeah,
play, though?
that's what I mean. I think Fittler won't give him many minutes.
Yeah, so he
and he'll
will
back
definitely
up and
play,
score a
I'd
try.
say.
Have a statement game. Your multi of the week was Cowboys 1-12 and Luch against Manly.
The
My
big
multi of the
Luch.
week. What's that?
The big Luch.
The big Luch. And my multi of the week is Storm 13 plus, and currently Munster might change to Peasant. We'll see what happens as the game plays.
The 5'8"
out.
who plays in that game.
The fan multi, it's probably, I did put out a thing for fan multis, but I can't see the responses. So tune into our Instagram _, to see the fan multi of the week. But that'll do us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Picklebet, Code Hot Dog. I'll tell you what, you signed off with Let's Trot last week. Did it cost South Sydney the win?
Yes. But South aren't playing this week, so let's
Let's trot, baby.